voila, I'm back, and I'm not in the green outside, but I'm in the green inside my room. My phone ended up dying, so I just hung out at that park and walked around for a little, and then I went to go get some vegan sushi. I'm going to try to merge back into where I left off, but obviously it's been like cut off, so now it's that thought stream is elsewhere. But okay, I think I ended with I gotta fix this holding issue. And I hope the lighting is okay. My house has terrible light access, especially my room, but okay, so I left off with dreams and how the ascension process has pointed towards them. So I've noticed that my dreams lately, there is a point where I watch the occurrence of the sleep paralysis, where my body shuts down and is going to sleep mode, and I always hit this point where it's me just waiting around in between dream state and waking state. And I've had this before, but this is every single night, and there's something different about it. And every time I'm in between that state, I feel the presence of many energies and beings. And within that state, it feels as if it's a process of dying every time, where it's like I surrender and I go, okay, I'm letting go, I'm leaving. And I am shown many visuals, and they're all so recognizable, and I feel as if I've seen them so many times before. And a lot of the time they keep preluding to the future, especially, okay, hold on, let me, a few nights ago I had this dream where I saw the spiraling building. Hold on, I'm like trying to get it out of my pocket. Well, I can't get it out of my pocket, but I found, I'm so sorry, my brain. I was in a spiraling building looking up at it spiral, but then I realized I was at the top, so I was looking down at it spiraling. And then I was like, okay, that's not a dream, and I remembered it the next day. And the following night, that dream actually had a futuristic occurrence in my life. I decided to take some psychedelics with my brother at one of his friends' parties, which, terrible idea. Anyways, I pulled out the stone, the Fibonacci. You know what? I have to get it now. I literally have to get it. Hold on. It's in my pocket. Okay. So, we were just standing there and I felt something in my pocket and I was like, oh, I remember I packed something before I came here. And, I pulled this out. I don't know if it'll focus. Hold on, let's see. Oh no, wait. And that was the exact image I had in my dream of the staircase building spiraling down. So I looked into my hand, and that's where I was like, I'm back and I never leave, and this reality is not what we think it is. So I could no longer have conversations with people. My mind was elsewhere, and I was back to the awareness of I am all that is, and all of these people are self-created, and I went down that lane. And so I had to leave the party, and from there, I don't really want to go into it, but let's just say, yeah, it just really dawned on me that it's all me. I'm all there is. And yeah. Okay, so back to Ascension. So, dreams, the void, meeting entities, having dreams that are geared toward the future. So other physical things. Extreme. I've always had a slight vertigo, but extreme vertigo this past week. Nausea, everything is spinning. My body was weak. Like I said, I couldn't eat or sleep for 3 days. I was extremely paranoid about everything. Which I'm not a paranoid person. What else? Yeah, just overall super sick. I'd wake up like not full on throwing up, but like spitting and kind of like throw up-y stuff from my dreams. And then a lot of emotional things, like lately I've been feeling completely hopeless because I feel like I've unlocked this box of knowledge, and how do I integrate that into reality, and how do I be a normal human being and play in the society with all of this knowledge. So that's been kind of a big factor for me lately that's made me feel really down. I just can't I can't see myself going back into the way things are normally. And I feel me putting up these blockages, and especially last night with that whole trip. I went into my car and I realized it was a bubble, and I left everybody and went inside of my bubble, and I got comfortable there, and then eventually I wanted a bigger bubble, and yeah, so I tried to find a space where it was bigger but more isolated, and that's how I've been feeling lately, just putting up my bubble with everyone. But a part of me knows it doesn't matter, because the game is that they are me and I am them. So what difference does it make with my... This sounds so nihilistic. I just feel like there's not really a purpose for me to go out of my way to feel uncomfortable necessarily all the time around others who I can't relate to, because they're just a part of my testing grounds. Like, I know that one day it's going to be important for me to feel comfortable with all things, even if it's not super relevant to me. But in that moment in time, I just knew that I needed to go back to what being alive meant, and being tested, and seeing projections of other people. Okay, that was really off topic. So, emotions, being misunderstood, that is the biggest thing right now. I feel like no one really has the capacity to understand where I'm coming from, because they have not experienced exactly what I have. And when they do try to understand me, it's more irritating. So it's that I don't want to be understood, because it dismisses a lot of the essence of what I'm trying to express. So I feel a little objectified when someone else tries to come into my life and say, well, this is why. This is, like, when they try to predict why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. But this always comes back to how can I integrate this ascension process with knowing I am all. So the people who are irritating me, how can I accept the fact that if I'm ascending, they're ascending? I know that's the truth, but it's really, really hard to tear down those egoic barriers. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, how can I come to terms with, if I'm ascending, they all must be ascending too. It doesn't matter what they're doing, they have to be ascending. I think a lot of the time these star seeds, they go down this path of, okay, I'm changing, I'm evolving. They're not. They're not at my level and at my consciousness. So therefore, I'm above them. And I think everyone falls into that trap. At least, yeah, all the time, actually. All the time. So how do we evolve that one-minded view and step into a more refined and connected view? I guess that's the whole point of this video. I feel at a loss. Like, I don't know how to understand that I am a starseed, I am ascending, but all around me, everything that I experience, every human being is also simultaneously at the exact same level as I am. It's the illusion of separateness that keeps me coming back to, they don't understand me, I can't understand, and so ascension, confusion, there you go. It's duality. I've been faced with that for years now, the duality aspect of things. But every single time I'm trying to figure out how it is that I can be the same and connected to all of these beings, I just have to keep reminding myself that of the symbolism behind the ocean. There is a huge body of water that we call ocean, but inside of that there are several smaller and larger and other sized waves. They're individual in they have individual expressions of how they decide to crash and how they decide to rise, yet they're all from the same body of water. So I always have to go back to that. Yes, we are individual on so many levels, but we all come from the same source. So, okay, next emotional ascension symptom is it's kind of similar. Isolation. I'm having I'm having a really hard time integrating my relationships, which I don't really have any, except family and my best friends, which are few. But I have a hard time letting others in, and the ones that are there, I find that I'm pushing away because, again, I feel that no one truly understands this process that I'm going through. But it's a cycle, you know. Back to the oneness. Okay, other things. Let's see. Another thing is, I feel that I have a lot of curiosity inside of me and like a lot of searching, and because there's something that's on the surface of my orb or whatever, and I feel like there's a mystery to be solved. Like, for example, lately I've been really interested in knowing where I originated from, and with that inquiry, I have been told many times now, which is hard to believe, and I want deeper, like, well, where in that? But I was told, and I've been visited by the people of Andromeda. And for a while, I just couldn't digest that. I didn't know what that meant. I never even knew what that word was. I didn't know it was a galaxy or anything like that, but it just came to me and it stuck with me. And now I feel very connected and familiar with the concept of the Andromedans. I guess I can make a new video just specifically on that, but so yeah, the Ascension has had me yearning and searching far beyond any feeling that I've ever had before. Usually I'm a person who's constantly searching for truth, but this is different. It's like I'm trying to find home. Oh, that's another huge thing. Ever since I've had these experiences, I'm always trying to figure out what home means to me, and I feel like, I don't know, I've been crying a lot lately, and it's because I just keep saying, I just want to go home. It doesn't feel like this place is home, and I know home is within, but I think I came on a physical level. Sorry, I keep switching hands. On a physical level, I know I came from another planetary system before I came to Earth. Even though I have a lot of past life Earth recollections and memories, but beyond that, I just don't feel like this is where I originated from. And this place feels very cold to me and lonely. And Earth is beautiful. I do love Gaia, our mother. But there's just something it's not fulfilling my emotions and my needs and my heart. I sense that there's something that's missing from me. Oh, I just keep going. Also, I have recently been told by the Andromedan people through channeling, that's been happening, that I either, this is hard to say, I either have or know of a person named Xena from another time and space. This is either my baby, which I wrote a few times, or a lover, or someone just very significant to me, but this Xena person keeps contacting me. So Ascension symptoms number who knows what, 92, 7, is being contacted, or remembering family, or remembering someone that you don't even know in this life. These are kind of weird ascension symptoms, not the ones that I've heard others talking about. I guess it's a more in-depth kind, not just the, feeling the electricity through your body, which that's all true. I feel that all the time, electricity and then buzzing in your head and just all of that. But these are actual physical events that have occurred that maybe someone else has occurred or has ran into also. Okay, and then another thing that I mentioned was channeling. So I've been getting, it's happened only 2 times now, aside from the demonic one that happened at the very beginning. That was very different. But I've been having channeling sessions randomly with I don't know how to, it's a large group of people, but there's one head person who channels through me, and when this happens, information is just like pouring out of me, and it's not stuff that I know, and it doesn't sound or feel like me, so I just have to grab a pen and write it down, and usually the handwriting is really insane, but and they use words that I normally would never use, and usually when I free write, it feels very loose and like someone else is doing it, but there's a huge difference between me channeling this other source versus me channeling my higher self. I haven't yet been able to put my finger on the exact difference between that, but all I can say is it's an entirely different experience, and it leaves me feeling totally fulfilled in a way. Like, I usually have all of these questions throughout the day, and then they seem to be listening or watching me, and they kind of give me hope. They allow me to see things in a perspective that I've never even imagined, and they tell me things that I don't know if I'm allowed to really share with others yet. I feel like this is like some sci-fi movie or something, and it's been really hard to integrate this ascension process because throughout my whole spiritual awakening, or whatever you want to call it, even though we're always there, always, never leaving that space of infinity, but the physical awakening process, it's been disturbing to me. Not, I guess disturbing is not the proper word, but it's been a little confusing to me because these experiences have been completely different than anything I've ever done or witnessed. Usually I just meditate a lot and chant, like Om, use my singing bowls. I read several books and do a lot of things that are geared toward the Eastern spirituality, with sacred geometry and studying and contacting Krishna and, things like that. But this like starseed galactic spiritual stuff, it was never something I considered as spiritual, I guess. So I'm trying to figure out how to integrate the galactic and spacey knowledge with the historical, physical knowledge that's been on the earth. And I know it's all one big book, and it's all one big history line, but it's just something I never really considered. But now it's so prominent to me, so it's like I kind of feel like there is a necessity for me to learn how to properly integrate and share both experiences and how they can both speed you along your awakening process. Well, I don't really know where to go from here. It's all been really random, and I know I left out a lot of things. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to upload this video. It seems like it's just really personal, and I kind of feel like this is just for me. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to relate to this. So, yeah. Okay, one more like ascension thing is this feeling that I'm not there anymore. the person, so my name is Silken. And every time I say it and every time someone says my name, I don't know who that is anymore. And this person that I used to think I was, like, I don't know. I feel really lost with that concept and that identity. And I feel like I'm developing into a new person, but I don't know who that is. And part of me doesn't want to know who, because I don't want to label it and bind it down with all of these limits. And yeah, I just want to be. I want to exist and observe, and I don't really want to leave any tracks, I guess. Like, how do I explain that? I don't want to have to feel like I need things to define me, like a name or a job, or even the whole Ascension thing and where I came from, like the Andromeda thing. Like, it's just, these things are just there. It's just facts. It's like, it's the same thing with like synchronicities, for instance. They happen all of the time, but it's just a natural process. So what difference does that make? And I think a lot of the time we just get hung up on the synchronicities or the identities, and we think that they're going to bring us further to who we are, but it's quite the opposite. It's the observation of those things that brings us further, but not identifying with any of it at a level of bringing you down. This isn't something I've really ever spoken, so it's really hard to get out and express. But yeah, not getting hung up on the synchronicities or the sacred experiences, and just keep going without having to have something define you. Because if we are all that is, and we constantly try to bind ourselves down with, yes, I am the flower of life, I am Krishna, I am all of these things, it can get really heavy, and I think we get lost in that, and we take too much pleasure in those things, and with the pleasure, it gets really comfortable to be there. And sometimes being comfortable can be kind of detrimental. I said that weird, detrimental. So, yeah, don't get lost in the synchronicities. Don't get lost in the story, which I often do. Just be present and, yeah, be in that one-pointed mind frame, or that one-pointed state of existence, I guess. All of these things that are happening, they're fun and they're beautiful, but don't get trapped in the illusion, you know? We're here to awaken, yet we keep setting these boundaries and barriers, and it's like we're blinded sometimes, and I can completely relate to that. That's why I'm expressing it. This is totally me and my experience of being so caught up in the world. But yeah, okay, I have to end this. I don't even know what this is about. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna try to make more videos, but if you guys have any suggestions, or if you want to hear I feel so weird now. Whatever. If you guys want to hear different things, or like some of my more specific experiences with spirituality, or even like drugs, or I don't know, anything really. If you want to hear more about me, and just leave a comment, and I'm excited to like see where this goes and if I continue this. But it's been really interesting making this video. I feel pretty raw and a little bit naked and vulnerable, which is something I need. And so I guess this channel will be for that, just expressing my true self. It's all about authenticity, and I need to really practice that so that others know that they can be that too. Yeah, we all want to be free, so let's be free together, I guess.